Hey guys, what is going on? XD here, back again with another video. Thank you guys so much for clicking on this video. So I made a video showing you guys how to produce like DJ Shimza and Argento Just and Argento Dust. I keep messing up that name, and DJ Vitoto, and you guys love that video. You guys showed it great support. I mean, 13,000 views, almost 14,000, and over 600 likes. It shows that you guys really love that video. So I'm back again to give you more of that content, because the content that I make on this channel is what you guys like. And with this type of numbers, I can see that you guys really enjoyed that video and pushed it and supported it. So today we're back again with some Afro tech. So don't forget, if you're new here, to subscribe and also hit the like button and turn on the notification bell so you become part of our notification gang on the channel. So let's jump into FL Studio and let's start making some Afro tech, and let's see what we can come up with today. So before we go anywhere, I just want to point out that I'm using the Akai Fire, the controller for FL Studio that I recently got, and I'm gonna give you guys a full review of this controller in maybe a week's time or 2 weeks time, when I feel I have enough information and I've really used it, because I'm using it daily. So you're gonna see me using it in a lot of the forthcoming videos on this channel. Anyways, let's jump in. So let's see what we can start with first. I'm going to try and use minimal sounds in here that you guys might have. So I'm going to go into my GMS presets, and I'm going to see what sound I can get from there that will really work out for this track. Let me see what I can start with. Let me go with the organ string. Okay, so tempo wise, I'm just going to go with like 123. Just put on the metronome. Okay, I hate the metronome, so I'd rather add a kick. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some more patterns over here. I'm just gonna make my channel like that and just add more tracks. Okay, 32 grid, that's good enough. And I'm just gonna go in here to my Afro, my tribal pack, load a kick, and load in 4 steps, just like that. 4 steps, okay. Okay, awesome. Now let's add some notes. You know what, rather firstly let's add a purity, and then we can add a drone note that's just gonna hold down the key that we're trying to work with. So that's gonna be our drone note. If I go down, you can see it's E. So I'm just gonna fill in E there. Okay, that's a marker. Let's just remove that, and then we're gonna take that out of here and put it in its own pattern and throw it on there on the playlist. And then I can drag this one as well, throw it on there, and we can put this to I like how that sounds. Let me just record that and make sure that I'm in a different pattern. Okay. That sounds good enough. Nice and simple. I'm just going to go ahead and quantize that. Alt Q. So as you can see that our notes are pretty long. I just want them to be short like this one, so I'm just gonna go ahead and replace these ones and just make them really short. Or I can go and mess around with the decay on the plugin, but I don't feel like doing that. me go look for something else. Let me try the glassy plug. Okay, let me record that. 2, 3, 4. Okay, I started at the wrong place. Let me undo that and just delete that. Start over. Okay. Okay, time to quantize that. Boom. Sounds good so far. Let's try this vibe synth and add that to the list. That sounds good. That's giving it a bit of more rhythm. Let's record that. Okay, that sounds good. Quantize that, enter, and make sure that it's playing all the way. Let's listen to that. I actually want a note here at the end. Okay, now let's look for something else, maybe this big room synth, and see what it sounds like. Okay, now let's play it back and see where it can fit. So it's all about auditioning sounds. You play your track and then you play around with the sound and see if you can get something that will make sense out of your track. That sounds dope. Let's record that. Okay, so that's my root note. Okay, let's go. Okay, that is actually better than what I was doing the first time, so I'm gonna keep that. Okay, I think I'm gonna move these back. There we go. Add another one there. So now I'm gonna add a bass. I'm gonna go into DX10 and add E flute, and E flute gives you that low. You hear that? That's that really low end bass, you know, that just gives you a nice vibe. So what I want this to do is I just wanted to accent a little bit of some bass in between. Something like that. Let's record that. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Something like that. I'll definitely edit that out and take out the notes that I feel like I overdid and we don't need. And one thing I've learned about this controller is that it's really sensitive. The pads are really sensitive, so that's why I have these extra notes here. I might have pressed them by accident with my finger. Okay, let's listen to that. These are out of key. Okay, so for some of you that might not be hearing this bass all clearly, it's really low. I really haven't processed it yet, you know, like add distortion and some bass enhancement for you guys to hear it clearly. But I'll just try and add some distortion so you guys can hear this bass a little bit more. Let me see what distortion plugin I can use that will make sense quickly. I think I'll just use Decapitator. Where is Decapitator? Over here. Okay, there's Decapitator. Any moment now. Okay, there we go. So I'm just gonna throw in a bass preset, maybe Beefy. Let's play that back. Just add the drive. Much better. So now I think we've established our track, and now we can just add to the drums and really get a groove going. And with the drums, I just want them to be a bit more tribal and more Afro-techy. So I'm gonna try and add a clap first. Sounds good. Let me record that in. So with recordings, I'll just load the sound on its own track as well. Okay, let's go. That sounds good, but I feel like I did good only at the end of this recording, so I'm just going to use that side. Okay, let me see if I can change the timing here to like quarter step and quantize. Let's see what that sounds like. That makes sense, but in order to enhance this a little bit more, I'm just gonna add a little bit of swing. Ooh. Sounds awesome. Now let's add more sounds. Let's see where I can add this sound. Just drop down. That sounds good enough. Let's do that. Okay, let's play that back. Let's kill some of that tail. And maybe pan it to the left, to the right, I mean. Okay, cool. Now let's get some shakers going on. I like that one. Sounds good enough. Let's add that. There we go. Quantize that. Delete this top one. I like that word shaker. Like on its own, maybe at the end of this pattern, like maybe here. Okay, let me duplicate it and then maybe have it on the 8th bar. That tom sounds good. Let me record that in. That sounds good enough as is. Now let's go into the stomps folder. I'm gonna use this Jay-Z stomp kick. Sounds good. Let's drop that in. Here we go. Okay, that's good enough. I know I have some rogue stomps there. Now we're gonna look for some hats to throw in just to give a little bit of sparkle. When I use shakers, I always like to add a little bit of some hats just to give a little bit of sprinkle in the high-end side of things. Just like this. And with this one, I think I'm just gonna add a lot of it like this. That sounds good enough. Now let's look for a bass line that will just hold this whole thing together. A bass line that's more in the type of the Kususa bass. So we're gonna go into the JMS presets and let's check out the Reese bass and see what we can do with that. It's more of a wobbly bass. Okay, that sounds good, but I'll just have to figure out a way where it can live in the same same frequency range as the other bass line that I had put in from DX10. So I'm just gonna record it and maybe mute the other bass line, and you know what? Maybe I'll just leave it in. So let's do that. There we go, just like that. So now I'm just gonna mute the E flute and then we can fine tune this bass. that note is off. Just bring that note back. I think it's out of bounds. Bring this one back, just there, and maybe bring back my grid to main. Okay, so now we have this bass, but I feel like the first bass and this one are having problems. So this would be a bass that you can use to switch up your track with. So maybe at a certain point you can play, you can use the other bass, and then at another point you use this bass. So there we go. So let's just go back to pattern 7, and I'll just delete it there. Awesome. Do you feel that build up? Now we can add a crash. Okay, that crash is good enough. Just right there. And that reverse crash as well. And all these sounds are in my Deep House sample pack. Links in the description to get all the sounds that I'm using here. The GMS ones as well, and the drums. And what I want to happen with this bass sound is I want to automate the cutoff so it builds up as it goes up. So I'm just going to create an automation clip for the cutoff and make it go up. And just drag down the curve a little bit. So now let's play that back. Okay, awesome. So now I want to see what else I can use automation or the cutoff to make a change. Okay, that sound. Create automation clip. I'm gonna also make that build up. So I usually do this at the end when I'm now trying to figure out where I want sounds to change. That's when I start checking the cutoff and seeing what I can automate to move. Okay, so this first sound is a little bit low. Let me just bring that up. And now what we can do is add shakers and all those type of stuff, like just sounds to change this whole vibe and take it to the next level. So if you have anything that you would want to add to this, this is now the point where you get to add stuff and organize your build up and work on how you want the song to progress in terms of where you want it to start and go. Unfortunately, this video has become too long already, and Let me know down below if you want to see me arrange a track like this, take it from here to arrangement to how you can do the build up and everything. I want to know what you guys think, because I don't want to make this too much of a long video, because music production is crazy. It takes so much time, sometimes days, sometimes weeks, and you guys know the drill. So let me know what you think down in the comments about this track. Do you want to see me arrange it and turn it into a complete track? If you would love to see that. But that's it for this composing track. I hope you like it. I hope you like what I just did with this, and you learned also from composing this style video. So thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to subscribe if you're new, and drop me a like, and click on the notification bell to join the notification gang. I'm gonna check you guys out in my next video. I am X, and I'm out. Peace.